A son already married who has a baby. He decided to return to the church. Why? Because he wants to give the baby a future that is right. By God's will, Pastor Marcus sought him like a shepherd seeks out sheep who want to be faithful. His mother is also cared for by Amtempo's mission. Because of her testimony, Pastor understood that it was God's will that he talk to her son before his rebaptism. This happened through a video call. This son grew up in the church and worked for the church conference. Like the vast majority of children of parents in the church, he left. Now he returns and is about to be baptized. By God's grace, Pastor Marcus noticed that this young man is returning to the church with more awareness of the importance of the church to his social life. However, he also realized that, like the rich young man in Christ's day, he returns not understanding what it is to be a spiritual person. At the moment, like thousands and thousands of brothers and sisters, he has only learned to be a religious person, who in the best of situations will be a dedicated person in the church, without, however, knowing what it is to be a spiritual person. Pastor Marcus prepared the way for the Lord to touch this son's conscience by communicating to him, among other things, the following. The Holy Bible clearly states that spiritual things are spiritually discerned. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. 1 Corinthians 2:14. The natural man today would not recognize the work of Christ, just as 2,000 years ago it was not correctly recognized. Because of this, the work of the Messiah was viewed with suspicion, fear, or something unimportant. If he were to come today for the first time, he would find within God's people unbelief, distrust, and fear, just as it indeed happened. Why? Because people don't know that they are not spiritual. They became believers intellectually, at the same time that they became self-sufficient, like Laodicea. After hearing this message from God, can you imagine what conclusion the Spirit of God was able to draw from this son's soul? The testimony he wrote to the mission after the meeting was, "I'm afraid to know that I don't have the Spirit of God in me. God has blessed me with someone who is willing to make me a more spiritual being." Yes, he wants to be spiritually assisted by Pastor Marcus, and he will be. By God's will, Amtempo's mission is working tirelessly to increase the number of those who will enter the kingdom of heaven. Your support to this mission blesses and is blessing many other lives, helping them to find the way of salvation in the Lord. May God bless you in your efforts.